The great and powerful Oz has got matters well at hand, I hope. So you can all go home. Go home, there's nothing to worry about.
Going home is the goal of Dorothy in the timeless classic The Wizard of Oz. The BSU Family Performing Arts Center will have performances taking place at the Rondeau Campus Center during the weekends of July 19th through the 21st and July 25th through the 28th. Many may be all too familiar with the movie debuting in the 1930s, but what some people may not know, however, is that the movie is based off a series of books. Much like the movie put its spin on the books, the play at Bridgewater State will look to do the same.
And so I think MGM took from the book and they made their version, but I think there's so much more that you can explore. So the good thing is that we have the same script, the same music, everything that people expect to come and hear will be here. But you know, we're not a film, and so we're theater. So we're going to do things in 3D and do them a lot different. And so that's our approach, and I think people will come because they'll get to hear the things they're familiar with, but at the same time, they'll be excited by seeing some amazing things.
The cast is made up of many talented people, some from far away and some from as close as East Bridgewater and, of course, here in Bridgewater. Talking with some of the crew, they were excited to perform it in their hometown, offering a rare opportunity to have friends and family in attendance, and offered up the part of the performance they're looking forward to the most.
I remember going to see shows when I was a young child and being mesmerized by the talent on stage, by all of the sets and the costumes, and it totally drew me into the world of the play. So I want to give that back to the other kids.
The first show that I saw here was Beauty and the Beast, I think 2 or 3 years ago. And it's what got me to audition for my first show here. And I think it's really cool that we get to share theater with like local people, so we'll maybe get them into theater so they'll do it and have as much fun as I did.
I like how we can do shows locally because it's really easy for my family and friends to see it. Plus, a lot of people who I do theater with, I do it like right in this town, so like all of my theater friends and acquaintances can come see it, which is what I really like about doing theater locally.
For me, it's really exciting being in Bridgewater again because I go to school in Connecticut, so a lot of friends and family don't get to see performances, whereas here it's a lot easier for them to all come. And also it's exciting because at Bridgewater Middle School we used to come and watch the Bridgewater State shows, so now it's kind of my turn and I get to do that, and that's fun to share.
I remember being very little, and one of the first shows I ever saw was here at Bridgewater State University. It was called Mrs. Glenville's Musical Melodrama, and I can still remember specifically certain scenes from it and certain special things that happened on the stage, so I'm really excited that other kids from the community are going to be brought here to see the shows we're working on now.
Well, I have to admit, I'm very excited to melt.
I'm definitely really excited for the Jitterbug because it's very high energy and it's really fun to dance.
I'm excited for when we go into tech and we're going to be working with snow.
I'm excited to rehearse with our costumes for the first time and with makeup, just to bring everything all together. I'm excited for when people start flying because that just adds like a magical element to it.
The Wizard of Oz is the latest show in a long line of performances held at Bridgewater State as part of the FPAC program, an initiative that dates back to the Children's Theater held at BSU, which ended a few years ago. The goal is still the same, however, as it was years prior, to put on a show that the entire family will come out and enjoy.
You know, people were missing the children's theater that we used to do here, so we brought back children's theater, family theater, by starting FPAC. And so we're just always searching for something that would be entertaining for the whole family, for the kids, the parents, and the grandparents, so they can all come together and enjoy it together.
There are iconic characters in the play, and the cast we talked to said they did do some studying on how they would perform with their role.
I use like the way Munchkins act in the movie, like when I'm being a Munchkin, and also in like the Poppy scene, I use a lot of like the light and happy stuff you see in the ensemble characters in the movie in that part of the show. I use a lot of like the big caricature stuff you see in the movie, the big faces and the happy attitudes when I'm a Munchkin, and in the Poppy scene with the snow.
The movie is so recognizable and fun, and so many people are so in love with it, so it's exciting to get the chance to try new things within the world that we're so familiar with as well.
I think the movie provides a great starting point for us and a great basis to look to, but it's also really fun to explore outside of the movie and draw from the movie, but also add our own touches and our own uniqueness to it. Because The Wizard of Oz is done so frequently, it's nice to add certain twists and new elements.
Margaret Hamilton in The Wizard of Oz is one of my absolute dream roles and dream actresses. I mean, I look up to her and I take a lot of what she did as basis for my character. However, this is not your grandmother's Wicked Witch of the West. She's going to be a lot more, I would say, childlike, and there are certain points where my character gets into much more of a childlike state, such as throwing temper tantrums. So it's a little bit like Margaret Hamilton, but then I go way above and beyond.
Again, you can watch the Family Performing Arts Center presentation of The Wizard of Oz at the Rondeau Campus Center on July 19th at 7 p.m., Saturday, July 20th at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., and Sunday, July 21st at 2 p.m. Performances will also take place the following weekend, including a sensory-friendly performance on July 25th at 7 p.m. Tickets are $10 and can be purchased online at bsutix.com.
Merry, oh, merry, oh, merry.